hope everybody's doing okay today. Carson and I are about to go out this morning, but before we do, he's got to have breakfast. And I'm going to make him some chocolate gravy. Yeah.
And biscuits.
And biscuits. Last night I made a pan of biscuits and an iron skillet of biscuits, and he went to sleep and he didn't get his chocolate gravy. So I'm gonna treat him this morning for breakfast. I know that's not healthy, but that's what we're gonna do because, you know, that's what grandmas do. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want is either a pot, you can do this in a pot, or you can do this in a skillet, and I've got a large skillet here. So next, I'm going to take a half a cup of sugar. Although my original recipe that I've had since I was a young girl calls for 1 cup of sugar, well, that's just too much sugar for me and for Carson. So we're gonna do a half a cup of sugar, and this turns out amazing. And also, we are going to do we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa. And I've got Hershey's cocoa here. It doesn't matter the brand you use.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter, does it? Okay, so I'm going to add honestly, just some heaping tablespoons. I don't measure. 2 heaping tablespoons. 2 heaping tablespoons of cocoa. Yeah, that's the good stuff, isn't it? And now we're going to add 2 heaping tablespoons. Can you grab me a tablespoon, Carson?
Flour.
A tablespoon. Okay. Yes, 2 heaping tablespoons of flour. It's this one. That's a tablespoon. Yeah. We have to teach these young people, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We do, don't we? Okay, so I am going to add 2 heaping tablespoons of flour. Okay, and then once you've got that all in your skillet or your pot,
She's gonna mix it up.
I'm going to mix it up. Carson, tell them what grade you're in. 3rd grade. Y'all, he is just growing before our very eyes.
I've grew again.
He has grown.
No, I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking.
And what I'm doing is I'm just mixing this to blend it together because I don't want those clumps of flour to be in this, and I'm just trying to really get those clumps of flour blended in with that sugar and cocoa. Okay, once you've got that blended, we are going to add some milk. Now you can add water to this. My mama used to add water to this, and she would make a yellow cake, and that is what you call chocolate sauce. And so you would just add water to this, but when you put it on biscuits, it's so much better with milk. And are you gonna grab the milk for me? So Carson's gonna get the milk for me. Can you reach it? Is it in the front? Okay. Oh no, let's Papa bought some new. Okay.
Got it.
Looks like we're gonna have to utilize this. So.
Got it.
Got it? Okay, shut the doors. Okay, so I'm gonna let Carson pour the milk for me. Yeah, okay. Here is the 1 cup measurement, okay? You wanna get over here where they can see you?
Yeah.
Okay, turn around and look at the camera. Well, first, let's utilize what we've already got. So, okay? Okay, here's the 1 cup mark. And you're gonna fill it up to the 1 cup mark. Now, a lot of people like to get eye level while they're doing it to look at it, but you're close anyways. So. It's good to teach these young people how to cook and You know, they gotta survive someday in this world without us.
Got it.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now,
Almost.
I want you to just add that cup of milk into my mixture. It's okay, you're gonna grab another cup of milk. Turn around where people can see you, just where, almost, there you go. Okay, so Carson's gonna add that cup of milk. And by the way, his hands are clean. We always make sure of that. Okay, all right. So now I want you to pour me another cup of milk, okay? Another cup of milk. And if you want to, you can stand right over here so that I can show them what I'm doing there. Okay, so Carson's pouring us another cup of milk, so that's 2 cups of milk. And I'm not gonna cut my stovetop iron just yet. I want to kind of blend this all together before I do. Now, I have seen different recipes of chocolate gravy, and this is just the one I've always made. I do believe some people put butter in it. I do not. You could do that if you wanted to.
Got it, but it's under the
got it?
1 cup.
Okay.
It's under it. Control C.
I just want to get all of this wet.
Yeah. 1 cup. Right there. Show them the 1 cup.
Okay, once you've got all your dry ingredients wet, we are going to turn this stovetop eye on to low to medium, about a 2 on my stovetop eye, and Carson is going to add the other cup of milk.
Yep.
Right here where you can see you. Go ahead. He's such a great helper, y'all. He has always been like that. When he was a little child, a little toddler, he would help me do laundry. He loved it. He would help me do all kinds of things, wouldn't you, Carson?
Yep.
And then he started earning money to do that. You know, that's something that we really need to teach these children. And he's just a great kid.
Yep.
And he was telling Papa and I the other day, you're gonna want to, by the way, before I get to talking to you, you're gonna want to stir this constantly. You're not gonna leave this. You're gonna have to be patient, and you have to really be patient when you're making a roux or a gravy. And if y'all have never had chocolate gravy on biscuits, you do not know what you're missing. You can even, like I said, put it on a yellow or white cake. But Carson was telling us the other day that at school, some child told him that they didn't believe in God. You want to tell him the story? You want me to tell it? So I was so very proud of Carson. There were 2 kids. Was it 2 kids that don't believe in God? 3 kids that don't believe in God. And I just think that's so sad. But Carson, I said, well, what did you do? What did you say to him? And what did you say to him?
I said that God is real, because he is.
I have never been so proud of him. He's a really good kid. We need to teach these young people about God, to put God first.
We need to teach 3 people how God is real.
Yeah, but in the same sense, you know, he stood up for God, but we don't want to belittle people either. So, but I think you handled that really well. He just said God is real.
I did handle it.
Mm-hmm. And we talked to him about, you know, that. And what did Papa tell you? What did Papa tell you to say? If God's not real, then who made all of this, didn't he? If God's not real, who made all of nature and made our bodies? Our bodies are so complex, that they still cannot figure out some things about the human body. And it's just really amazing. I just wanted to share that with y'all because I was so proud of Carson. And we do need to teach these young people about God. You see flour clumps in here? Just kind of mash them around the sides and stuff. They will eventually disappear. We have got this gravy looking good and smooth, and we've kind of worked out all the clumps, and I've got Carson over here working his muscles, stirring it. And I did cut my stovetop eye up to a 4, so that's on medium. Guys, it has been pretty in Tennessee the past week, and I have been doing some much needed spring cleaning. Carson's played outside and he got a little burnt, and I try not to let him get burnt, but he's fair skinned, so he got a little sun, didn't you?
Yep.
He's had so much fun playing with the neighbor kids. Yeah, they have played for 2 days, but it's been beautiful, and today it's like in the 60s, so we kind of are wearing our sweatshirts, our hooded sweatshirts. I think he's doing a great job. What do y'all think? He was telling me, and I won't say who, but someone he knows added broccoli to their chocolate gravy. Didn't they?
Yeah, and it was gross.
Say that again?
It was gross.
It was gross. It was gross. And I said, did you eat it? And he said, no. And I said, did they? And he said, yeah. And just a moment ago, I was standing here stirring, and I told him I was going to add some broccoli to this. And he just looked at me so funny. And so I was just teasing him. But, I mean, to each his own. You do you. If you had broccoli to your chocolate gravy, you have at it. This afternoon, his little cousin's stopping by. And I'm hoping that I'll give her a little chocolate gravy. These grandbabies gotta have a little chocolate, y'all.
Yeah, so they can get hyper.
So they can get hyper. He's a smart kid.
Wow. Look how round that is.
Yeah, now look. Okay, I'm gonna cut my stovetop eye down to a 3. I'm gonna go back down. So I kind of go bump.
Is that a 2?
It's a 3. I kind of bump mine up and down between low to medium because I don't want it to scorch. It's got milk in it. It's got milk in it. And what you're going to do, let me show them. What you're going to do is you are going to run your utensil around the edges of your pot or pan, skillet. That's for all you new cooks out there. And you're just gonna keep stirring. You don't want it to stick to the bottom, and it's starting to thicken. So I'm gonna turn it down even lower.
To a 1.
I've got it on a 1. Carson's being very attentive. You never know, he might grow up and be a chef someday. All right. And I'm gonna bring you down here so you can see how yummy this looks. I never let mine get to a full rolling boil because what happens is your gravy is going to thicken as it cools off. And this is just starting to get to that point where it's going to boil and it's starting to thicken. So I go ahead and I just pour it into a bowl. Wasn't that easy? And my house smells like chocolate now. And Carson's over here licking the pan and the utensil. And while he's doing that, I did want to say one other thing. I do have a viewer from about, a year ago when I started this cooking show that was looking for a gravy recipe that tastes like chocolate milk. I have been looking for her to find that recipe, and I've not found it yet. So if any of you have that recipe and you don't mind sharing it below, I would love for you to do that for her. Carson does have something that he does want to say to all of you. He doesn't want to be a chef when he grows up. What do you want to be?
A lawyer. So I can argue and get a lot of money so I can be rich.
So you can argue with people. That's what you told them. Well, I hope you guys have a great day.